Welcome everyone. This is going to be the history of Bemani. This is going to be a fun yet educational lesson of the history of Bemani, all the way back from like the late 90s to, I guess. A little extra stuff here, whatever. We're going to have fun, but I promise you, you're gonna enjoy this, I promise. So things we're going to be discussed. So things we're going to be discussing is Bemani as a company, how they develop, how they branch off from Konami, and also all the games that develop over time. All the in-house artists and also commissioned artists as well as all the events that occurred over time. So yeah, it's going to be that kind of panel. Hold on a second. All right, is that too loud? Good enough? I know there's partying out there. Everyone's partying. I don't want to interrupt the parties out there, you know. All right. So, unfortunately, due to various reasons, time restrictions and such, we're not going to be talking about everything, i.e., how much coffee they drank each morning, whatever, what songs they didn't make into the game. But I promise you, we're going to go over a lot. We're not going to miss any information. If you see anything you want to talk about, any questions or maybe some inaccurate information, go ahead and raise your hand. I'll point you out and be like, yep, see, you know the deal. I like you. All right. But don't worry, we will have a lot to talk about. A lot. Yes. Wait, they're carbs, so technically yes, because they're in the grain and they're the bottom of the food pyramid, but they're not baked. Wait, they're not. They're not baked, they're not bread. We'll discuss it at the end of the tour. All right, so let's do it now. I'm sorry, one of my team members told me I had to do that. I'm sorry. All right, so late night Japan, what's going on? All right, so Japan started to be like the North American rivals in the economy. We had Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, and other shows starting to get international popularity. Wait, that's not important, I guess? That's not? Oh, okay, so what is important? Japanese arcade games. So we had some games coming out here and there. We had some Tekken, some House of the Dead, Time Crisis, and what is this? This is going to be a game we just added called Tell Me That Tune. All right, so... and watch he gets it right or something. All right, so here are the first couple seconds, 3 seconds or more seconds. Raise your hand. I'll point out, try to guess the artist and or song. Prepare for some curveballs, though. There'll be some tricky songs. All right, so hold on. All right, you ready? 3. Oh yeah. So my bad. That's what I was gonna tell you. You gotta wave over the thing for it to pop up. Yeah. So wave over it and you press the play button. So, all right. So 3, 2, 1, start. You all in the back. Wait. All right. Next. All right. So come on up real quick. This lady, come on up. All right, so pause it. All right, so real quick, can I just get your name right here real quick? So we're gonna be doing some music trivia. So there could be several songs. There could be plenty of songs, and actually, whoever gets the most songs right, we have a prize for y'all. So we got some gifts here, some goodies made from our research team back in Virginia Beach. That's where I'm at, Virginia Beach. Some people know me here. Not only, we also got one of our charms made, a KC Arrow charm by one of our research team members, and also plenty of other nice prizes. So try to get some songs, get the most right. Whoever got the most right gets our grand total prizes. So moving on. So late 90s, early 02, we had some wealth of games coming out, you know, some Keyboard Mania, some Para Paradise, and wait, there's more. Beat Mania. I feel like if there's any game to start with when it comes to Bemani, it's definitely Beat Mania. Sound director was Rio Nagurio. I'm sorry, I cannot English today, I'm sorry. So of course they had Bemani and also Beatmania and Beatmania 3. As you can tell, there was actually a length of games, usually about 2 games per year. You'll see on both sides. And you'll see that with a trend of games also with their other series as well. So Beatmania was kind of like a DJ scratching kind of game, kind of hip, a little bit of swag, flavor, and stuff. Fortunately, both games didn't last further than 2002. Wait, 2DX? What about 2DX? We'll get to that later. Bemani, Beatmania, what does this all mean? Probably nothing. No, but actually, seriously, so originally when the company first started, they were actually called Music and Games Division. And then after the skyrocketing popularity of Beatmania, they decided to tear up the name, and now the company is called Bemani now. Cool fact. Another popular game coming out in the late 90s with Bemani, you have Poppin' Music. So sound director was Hiroshi. So once again, you'll see the trend with Poppin' Music, about almost 2 a year. So 9 buttons, real colorful, real nice popping music, a lot of dance music, real nice. They even had a game called Poppin' Stage. Unfortunately, that game did not last that long, unfortunately. Don't do that, that's mean. The game was pretty nice. I think they might have it down in the game room. Go ahead, give it a chance. Poppin' Stage, it's okay. It definitely was. It was okay. I hear some moves, nice too. Another awesome game coming out, rocking out. We have Guitar Freaks and Drum Mania. First was actually Guitar Freaks coming out first. Then it was Drum Mania coming out afterwards, so they were both side by side. Unfortunately, they were kind of like 3-2, 7-6. They were kind of off of chords. They'll fix that later on. They'll fix that later. Sound director was Mitsuhiko Izumi, even one of the current artists in the house still to this day. Well, kinda. We'll talk about that later. So, wait. Am I forgetting a game? Oh yeah. Now, honestly, I know a lot of people want to argue there's not much to talk about this game. And literally, this is a game you literally almost can't be at any con or any event without hearing about the legend of Dance Dance Revolution. So, once again, coming out with a 2 a year, and the godfather of them all, Naoki Maeda. When I tell you this game was like unbelievable, whatever, awesome licenses. We had like licenses from Dance Media, so like Captain Jack and Erotic. Erotic had songs like Don't Have Sex With Your Ex, Fred Come to Bed, family-friendly game, family-friendly. And also Extreme had like one of the largest revival lists to any game, and it's unbelievably just beautiful. And like with any game, of course, when it comes about bigger, they have to start having a community. And with the community comes controversy. That was me a few years ago. I'm not even gonna lie. That was me just a few years ago. All right. And one day, a monster was born. So I know I want to make a lot of jokes about Max 300. I still hear our clapping, Jesus. All right, serious face. So I know a lot of people want to make jokes about Max 300, but it was actually really legendary for this game. So I know they had a lot of boss songs coming out, not only for DDR and other games as well, but the overall just presence of Max 300 and still a presence to this day. Not only like going into other games, all the remixes that came out, literally every DDR player. That's not playing, but I know you can hear that. I know you can hear this frame. No one likes this frame right here. Everyone knows what this is. So I'm gonna do just little stuff here and there. I'm gonna try not to do it a little bit too much. I'm gonna do a little bit of gushing, just little things I think that are important into the whole series of Bemani, like little stuff to talk about, to gush about. one thing I want to talk about is the song Dance Dance Revolution. So at the time when they said the game was about to finish or no more games coming out for DDR, they came out with Dance Dance Revolution. So made by Naoki, he made this giant collab with like some of his all previous artists like Paula Terry, Ebony Faye, and not only that, all the songs you see at the bottom here with the chart, all the charts from his previous songs, he all put in one category, like just parts of each chart in one song. What you see in trends, you see in other games and other songs as well further on, living in its example. And it's just, hear that bop, just hear that bop. Oh, guess we have another one of Tell Me That Tune. I'm so sorry, I'm gonna annoy y'all with that. All right, so everybody ready? Ready? You ready? 3, 2, 1, start to. And I know. Huh? Song of Revenge coming out in Beat Mania 2DX. You're correct. Go, come on, grab your name. I do, Belvin, I knew you were gonna do that. All right, so to make this a little bit easier, I actually got to break down some parts. Most of the parts are kind of divided up with like the overall movement of Bemani. So we're gonna divide up in parts and make it a little more easier to understand. So this is our current lineup going into the next part. Kind of hurts without DDR. Oh, 2DX. So starting off with 2DX, so now going into part 2, we're gonna talk a little bit about part 1 and part 2. So, sound producer, DJ Taco, mostly taking over for part 1. So once again, you see the trend with like of going to a year within part 1, then they start spreading out a bit with part 2. Not only that, they also started doing themes as well. They started doing themes, Happy Sky, Distorted, Gold. Yeah. Unbelievable songs, a lot of exclusive. And not only that, we also had licenses with 8-Track, such as songs like Remember Me and Night of Fire. And one can even say or even argue that like, the overall movement of Bemani was actually controlled by Beat Mania. Beat Mania is always the first to get credit, first to get its rewards, dues, and also any kind of event or anything that's going on. Beat Mania or 2DX is always in the front of the line when it comes to any movement or event going on with Bemani. So, DJ Taka was just sitting in his office one day and he was like, I want to make a record label. So he made a record label. So first I'm really starting off with Yoshitaka, Led, and Tosh. Unfortunately, Tosh was able to make it as long as the rest of the members. So start off with them. He wanted to make an overall record label with just focusing on 2DX events and also albums. Then, a few months later, he was actually joined by Sota Fujimori, Chorus K, and Ryusei. I just learned that Ryusei means star, say star. Pretty cool. These are the guys that develop your games and make your music. All right, who's ready to get confused? All right, so first 2DX, when it comes to sound direction, first it was starting off with Taka. So then later on, we had Mr. T coming in for 4, 5, and 7. He left, unfortunately. Then we actually had Slack coming in for 9 and 10. Slake, thank you. I cannot English today. Yeah, call me some Slake. Then Naoki was kind of bored after DDR. He was like, I can help you with 2DX. So he started helping with 2DX and 11 Red. Tosh came in. Unfortunately, he got replaced. He got replaced with Led. Then Led started coming in at 14. And then 14, that's when Yoshitaka became head of sound director and continue on. Oh boy, I guess it's time for Tell Me That Tune. All right, so prepare for some crossovers. All right, so once again, hear it out. If you could guess it, I'll point at you and you tell me what it is. All right. 3, 2, 1, start to.
Come on. Say speed rain. Speed rain.
Continuing on with history, continuing on. Now we got pop and music still continuing on. Continuing on with themes is lighthearted music, real good, feel good music, awesome. So, as you can see, I didn't get to talk about before, now you see an overall trend, but now each game, licensing started to become harder, so they had to figure out other ways to also get more music. So now, instead of having one sound director, they're going to start focusing more on having a team of sound directors, kind of like with 2DX, you'll see with more with other games we're going to talk about later on. So now we have Wak, Seiya Mirai, Desreal coming in at 11, and Tomosuke coming in at 13. And still rocking out hard and strong. We still got, still off kind of key. We got 9-8, 11-10, Guitar Freaks, Drum Mania. I promise you, they'll get it aligned sooner or later, I promise. So still head sound director, we still got Mitsuhiko Izumi. Then he started getting his own team as well. We got Asaki, 9-6, SU, and Tag. I'm so sorry, I just love Tag. You'll hear me talk about him a lot in this. So still going on and doing nicely. Oh, I guess we have another one of Tell Me That Tune. Yep, everybody ready? Everybody ready? All right, hold up, let me. All right, yep. Okay, times two. All right, 3, 2, 1, start.
Please tell me, slowly my heart is.
No. Oh, wait. Yep. Yep, Moon by DJ Taka Arika. Coming in and popping music. Like your name real quick? Oh, we got a back-to-back, I guess, of Tell Me That Tune. All right, 3, 2, 1, start. Anyone? Any guess? Any?
It's that really long title. That's what it's
Yeah, you're close. I get artist or so, like 7 birthday. Yep. Literally, all my research team members argued with me to not put the song, and I had to put it in. So Kono Nanatsu no Owai 7. So apparently it's supposed to read as 7th birthday, if I recall. I'm gonna have to check Remy Wiki again. Which actually leads us into our next game we're going to talk about. So coming back after a short 4 years, we have DDR coming back. And now when I want to argue about with sound direction, I feel like DDR Supernova 1 and 2 makes the most sense when it comes to sound direction. So coming in 2006, we have now new sound director. We have June, aka Junko, with still producer or kind of average advisor now, Naoki, which they actually have a band together called Terra. So now we have June coming out with their songs. Naoki still has his original songs from before, and now Terra songs coming in. Literally, I would argue this game should have been called DDR Terra, because that's literally the whole vibe. It should have been DDR Terra. It was just them just making songs together. It was one of the beautiful sound directions I love to this day. Can anybody tell me what we're looking at right now? Okay, I heard Remy Wiki. You're kind of right. All right, Remy Wiki. Wait, you said revival song? Yes, these are all the songs that have been removed right after Extreme. It hurts. It hurts. And of course, the community started booming once again. And of course, with community comes controversy. Oh, going into the next part, just DDR looks just so much better just adding in again. It just so much better just seeing it. Hold up. Yes. The thirst is real. A challenger approaches? Who can it be? So yes, it is UB actually. So UB coming in 2008. So after a long time without games, most of the games usually dropping out around 02, we had UB coming in. And I know everyone's seen it, no matter if you've been here or at a convention, you see that one game with a long line going all the way to like the wall, it's UB. Real fun game, 16 squares, about 4x4 grid. Awesome, real lighthearted music, a lot of anime, a lot of Toho, a lot of Vocaloid, real amazing stuff. Originally first started with Misahiko as sound direction, then overall going over to SCU later on. Another awesome game coming out around that time in part 3, we have Reflect Me. So first sound direction was actually controlled with DJ Kaka. Then it started going over in Limelight with Crispy Joybox, aka Maximizer. Real awesome stuff. Kind of like, I wanted to say pinball is like the Reflect game. So you have like two sides, one's on each other's sides, see who got the highest score. Real fun game, lighthearted music. And like, I think this is like one of the best of Crispy Joybox songs. Just a lot of amazing songs. If anybody gets a chance to play this game, if you can find the game, if you can find it, I would definitely recommend you to play Reflect Me. Another awesome game coming out in part 3, we had Dance Evolution. So originally it was actually an arcade port. The original game that actually came out first was Dance Masters, aka Dance Evolution, that came out in Xbox. So after a little bit of time, they were actually able to get Windows Connect, and they actually be able to make Dance Evolution Arcade Edition. So sound direction, handled by Tag. A lot of awesome songs. Kind of weird game to see at KC. They actually did have this at KC, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. But first, so one thing I want to gush about just real quick is the wealth of artists that were coming out in part 3. So if a lot of people don't know, Tag is actually Superstar Mitsuru. Superstar Mitsuru was his other alias coming out in part 3. Most of his music was actually in 2DX, but he also had some of his other music crossing over as well, including UB, Dance Revolution and stuff. I literally just got the album like several months ago. Everything from the back is just one of the best Euro beats I ever heard. It's an amazing album. Another great artist coming out at the time during part 3 is So, as you can see at this around part 3, they actually had a lot of artists coming over like with different methods or different like aliases, different songs, different styles and all that. So another great artist that came out or came together was Yoshitaka and Sota Fujimori coming together to make Venus. Sota handling composition and arrangements, Yoshitaka doing lyrics and vocals, and amazing stuff. A lot of this stuff is on Reflect Me. You also can see it on some of the other games as well. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing work. Another artist or artist coming out around that time. So, not really real artist, but Tomosuke, he was actually thinking about making a project about these 5 girls that wanted to like save their home from poverty and like financial deficit. So these 5 girls, all handling different instruments, all came together to make Hina Bitter or Hinatabi Bittersweets. Amazing stuff. And around season 3, which I've been keeping up now, season 3, they actually had a rival artist. So Hinabitter focused on more rockish, more like jazzy kind of stuff. And then you had Coconuts, which is Coconut and Natsui. They actually came together to make their own artist, Coconuts, which they focus more on like techno pop and EDM. Which you see more Hinabitter on pop and music, and then Coconuts more on Sound Voltex. Love both of them either way. They both have their charms. I just love all of them. Speaking of Sound Voltex, so this is one of them new games I know a lot of people see, and it looks kind of intimidating, and it really is actually. It's really just hardcore. When you get past level 16, it's like a whole different game. It's not the same game anymore. So first, you had Booth coming out around the beginning of 12. So of course, production handled by Tag, and then sound direction was by Cody. One of my research team members, he looked through the ends of the earth to find that picture. There's not much pictures of Cody. I'm surprised we were able to get that. So one thing that's really special about Sound Voltex is this Sound Voltex contest. They have a lot of contests going on to able to get some smaller artists to give them a little bit of notoriety. They're like amazing artists too. Just as Howard Nava, Laypix, just I would say Cyclone, just a bunch of amazing artists. A lot of younger artists that actually get more notoriety with this game. Then we have the Konami Arcade Championships. And I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about this, but I think it's something to talk about. So first, originally, we started with 2DX, DDR, still Guitar Fix, Drum Mania, U-Beat, Poppin', and Reflect Beat. So they started off first, and then around 12, we had Voltex and Dance Evolution. Now, a lot of people say there's more of a advertising front more than a tournament, and some people will be right. So this is during JEPO, Japanese Electric Expo. So this happens around the time. So they were able to do a little advertisement, not only with albums, some of new artists, in-house artists they're introducing, new games coming out, and also tournaments, I guess. There is some tournaments, I guess. And I really want to argue that, like, KC is like almost like the Olympics or like even like the NFL or NBA finals of rhythm games. Able to bring people together, people get to watch together, and even like some rhythm game players that don't even play the same game, just to even come together, see what new future things coming up for the next year, come together, eat chips, drink soda, talk trash about some of the players, like why we're not at KC, stuff like that, you know. Just wanted to share this picture real quick, you know. Cool stuff like that. So now continuing on with 2DX, now we're going back to our original game. Now we got 2DX coming back in. Believe it or not, that this is a lead song. I'm almost surprised this is a lead song. So, coming in, we have Empress, Sirius, we still keep going on, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So sound direction was still being held with Yoshitaka, then actually turned over now to lead, becoming head sound director in 18. So, of course, we still have the teams of sound directors coming in. We still have the team. So we still have Taka, Han coming in at 16, and then Nico Mata coming in at 20. This is actually one of my favorite songs I'm about to talk about, actually. So at the time, Beat Nation was kind of going through a funk. Unfortunately, they had to actually temporarily shut down around late 2010. Then at 2011 enters Hardcore Tanasi. Hardcore Tanasi started coming in, not only with 2DX and also Sound Voltex as well, both coming in and almost kind of controlling the movement of Bemani for a while. It wasn't for a bad thing. It was able to actually give both of them a little bit like a win-win for both of them. Awesome stuff. And then, at the time, in 2012, Beat Nation said they were going to actually recruit new artists via the Sound Voltex contest. And literally, all these artists at the bottom, I recommend all these artists. All of them have, if not multiple songs on each Bemani game. Just give each of them a try. I know some of these artists you might even heard of before, even without even playing some Bemani games. Also, I'm a big hardstyle guy, so I like Massive Nuku. That's more my thing, just hardstyle. That bass. And still continuing on, we got poppin' music coming in. So still have most of the same sound records. Have Wake, Pawn, Tobolske, and then Seiya coming in and out at 16. So, still continuing on with his themes, we have the 10-year anniversary coming in at 16. The movie, they had a thing, Goku War theme. I thought that was like one of the weirdest things to have. They had like a war theme. But it was still pretty good stuff. I know I didn't fix it. Everybody shouldn't be on the left side. I'm sorry about that, everyone. Still coming in with the whole sound direction team. We still got Guitar Fix and Drum Mania. And now, even better, they actually started getting on one accord. They started coming out with the V series. Finally. So, we have sound production still being controlled with Naoki. And then, as sound direction, instead of Mitsuhiko, now we have Asaki. Awesome guitarist. Love all his stuff. Voice kind of alright. Then around XG2, we had Koizuka, aka OJ. Not that OJ, other OJ. He started coming in as sound direction, and they still got his own staff team. STU, 96, and Tag. I was wondering, it's been a while. Is everybody ready for Tell Me That Tune? Oh, and also, wait, and we have a little hint. He's been appearing all through part 3, and this song has debuted in the next game we're going to talk about. 3, 2, 1, start to.
Tag possession.
Still continuing on, finally we're back to Dance Dance Revolution. So, one thing I really want to talk about with this game, so still kind of handling the game, still making songs. We still have Tara, aka Naoki, and June still coming in, and a little bit of sound staff, just a minor job. We still had Tag coming in under the woodwork. And then sound direction was actually handled by Jason Stillwin, who's actually one of the only, at least as for now, the only non-Japanese sound director to able to sound direct a Bemani game. He's the only one to hold that record so far. So coming out with X2, which around X2 we have Tag coming in as sound direction, and then X3 versus second mix we have Yuichi, aka 2MB, and all his stuff bangs. And I thought it was funny how around that time, Tag was representing X and Yuichi was handling the second mix side. And I thought it was like one of the best combinations. Old school versus new, it was one of the best things I love. For that left one, UB covers that as well. Oh, man, look at that arcade. Don't that arcade look beautiful right now? Looks so colorful and all that. Can't wait for part 4. Oh, we're going to start this already with Tell Me That Tune. And a hint is actually an event song. Everybody ready? 3, 2, 1. So, before we start the games, I want to talk about the Bemani events, because Bemani events was actually the overall movement when it comes to part 4. So, every single game had its own different theme, different element going on, but they wanted to do something to make all the games look a little bit linked together, since most rhythm game players mostly play some of the same games. So they came up with the Bemani events. So not only this game came out with songs that all go into every single game, this also helps with a little bit of advertisement as well, such as the Gumi 5th anniversary album and also the Toho X Bemani albums. So a little bit of advertisement and stuff like that. A lot of great stuff. But just quick moment of silence. It's hard to say this with a heavy heart, but we know there's a lot of games that wasn't able to make it as long as we wish it did. So I just want to take this little part real here, just talk about some of the games that didn't make it with us. So first game to talk about, Mirai Dagaki Future Tom Tom. So it's one of the games that you do see at like cons every now and then. Unfortunately, it did not had a lot more notoriety than expected. Came out with two games. So the first one and then version 2. Fortunately, kind of died off about 2 years later. Sound direction was handled by Seiya Murai, coming out from Poppin doing this. And now we also have direction with Yuichi. And then we got Reflect Beat of Soy Off. Now, apparently the new term now, apparently it's not dead. It's still active and it's still getting new songs to this day. But unfortunately, it's only going to have the, Reflection is going to be the last sequel. So apparently it's comatose or life support. That's the new word on the street, I guess, life support. So sound direction still being handled by Crispy Joybox, aka Maximizer. Unfortunately, he does branch off a little bit to handle other endeavors we'll talk about later. Then it got pushed over to DJ Toto and Des Row. We'll talk about Toto a little bit later. I'm waiting for the song to kick on finally. So, continuing on with our funeral, we have Beat Stream. Beat Stream, real interactive game. Nice size screen, beautiful songs. They have a lot of anime songs, and of course, Vocaloid Toho, of course. Came out with a game and a sequel as well. Unfortunately, Time of Death didn't last that long. Another 2 years, got killed off. So, Crispy Joybox kind of started in Beat Stream, and then he started in Reflect Beat, then moved over to Beat Stream. Fortunately, he didn't get to stay with the game as long as it can, because came out later was Nostalgia. And the reason why I want to keep it on this screen as well together is around March of 17 when Nostalgia came out, they actually had conversion cabs to convert Beat Stream over to now Nostalgia. So literally, Nostalgia is sitting on the grave of Beat Stream, like literally. Yep. And then, yep. Wow, that's cool. So, of course, we had Forte, we had Op 2, and then sound direction handled by Wake. Oh, and we have another one up now. Tell Me That Tune. And hint, it debuted in Reflect Beat and Beat Stream. Start.
ひらりはらりと乱れまい
Yep. Oh, yeah, no. So da da da, da da da, da da da, da da da, da. 10 does. 10 does. I'm so sorry. One of my team members did that. That was not me. I'm sorry. That was one of my research team members. So, this might give me a little bit of hate, but this is actually one of my personal favorite games, actually, is Musica. And I feel like it died off way too soon. So, of course, had a game that has a sequel as well. And of course, it didn't get really killed off. It's still playable, but now they have offline kits, so it's now not connected to the server. But a lot of people still play it. You'll still see it at a lot of cons. If you have a chance to buy it, it's real cheap. Please buy it before it gets converted. Unfortunately, it did get converted after it died. It got converted to some beat. That terrible game. It got converted. Time of Death, July 18. And the reason why I like personally Musica so much, they were doing the same thing as Voltex. They started doing contests to get a lot of younger artists notoriety. And they had a lot of amazing artists coming in this game with their contests. And I actually got a request to put these in, actually. Cancel games. First we had Oto Iroha. So, to talk about this game, it actually did preview at a JPO. It was actually in front of Nostalgia. Nostalgia was actually in the back, but somehow it got overlooked somehow. So, it had literally 4 buttons, and 2 knobs on the side. It was almost a Voltex clone. I can't even joke about that, honestly. Then the other game that just killed off recently was Rizmanas. So apparently this was supposed to be like a DJ simulation. It had a crossfire and everything. Unfortunately, it had like 2 test locations, one in Kobe and one in Kyoto. And unfortunately, it didn't come out as hard as they thought. Far as I was told, it almost kind of played like Chunathan. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I just got. It's dead, yep.
Here in the place where we first met so long ago, with a smile and a face I can't forget, but that was long ago. In this town we shared some history. As I look around I remember how we used to be. All the things it told me, the way he used to hold me then. And from now till forevermore, he won't hold me no more. Oh, is this the way that it's gonna be? He won't come back to me. His caress, his sensitivity, and from now till forevermore, I remember the one I used to love.
Literally, one of my research team members would not let me leave town until they put that in the slide. They would not let me leave, so I had to put it in. Which now brings us to our next victim. Just a prediction. That's just a prediction. So now we have the new kid on the block, Dance for Stardom. It was actually released out to celebrate DDR's 20th anniversary. It was actually one of the first and only games, released so far, to have a crossover with. So it came out in March of 18. So when it comes to sound direction, I really don't agree with this, but it's one of the most sound directing games that actually made sense. A little bit more mainstream kind of feel, real easy gameplay, not really too hard or really too hardcore. Real swaggish game, real nice, real nice. Love the interface and everything. Apparently this game costs a pretty penny. And apparently it's just, I'm not gonna lie, I do love the game, I really do. I hate it, it's one of my guilty pleasures, but I do love it.
I think DDR does.
So before we start talking about our original games, guys, let's talk about original games and then usually the newer games. I want to talk about a little bit more about Voltex, because when it comes to events and movement, Voltex actually plays a big part. So first of all, we still had sequels coming out, still being sound directed by Cody. So first things I want to talk about is now the Floor Infection and Policy Break. So it was actually an event that happened, usually it runs about 1 to 3 weeks. Usually have like new songs coming out with Floor, with games from Voltex going into other Bemani games, or the reverse effect, you had Policy Break where Bemani songs come into Voltex. So usually about 2 weeks, whatever you play within a length of time, usually about like 8 plays, and then you get the crossover songs depending on this Voltex or any other game. And when it comes to this is gonna determine the overall movement of Bemani. So, once again, I was talking about how the Voltex contest is going to choose who's going to be the new artist that's going to be in Beat Nation to start making songs for Bemani. The artist I do want to talk about is DJ Toto, who's actually now a sound director of a game, Oyster Project, Marju, Fukase, P-Light, Camellia, and Rough Sketch. All amazing, amazing artists. So who's ready to get confused again? So first we had Yoshitaka actually picking DJ Toto, the only one that actually is an in-house artist now. Most of the other artists are commissioned. Chorus K wanted an EDM artist, so he got an EDM artist from Marju. Ryusei wanted a happy hardcore artist like him, so he got a happy hardcore artist. Same thing with Led, he was a hardcore artist, so he wanted a hardcore artist, got Rough Sketch. Taka at the time was doing more instrumental stuff, so that's where he got Oyster Project. And then Nico Mata, literally coming in just a few months before some of the members, got Fukase. And then Sota wanted a multi-talented artist like himself, so we got Camellia. And literally, they're like probably like one of my favorite things about the Bemani games. All amazing artists. Some of them you might even heard even before they joined Bemani or Beat Nation. All of them just beautiful stuff. If you ever get a chance, look them up. Awesome stuff. Always recommend. Another thing I want to talk about just real quickly is now Exit Tunes dance production. So I'm pretty sure some people already know the record label Exit Tunes. So now Ryusei decided, hey, I want to make Bemani affiliated label called EDP or Exit Tunes Dance Production. So he got his own wealth of artists. So he already has Camellia and P-Light from Beat Nation, and then other amazing artists, of course, Chorus K, Nayumi, Kratos, P-Light, Black White, and even Starving Tracer. So just want to make his own little label, and also another branch way to come out with some of the albums. So some licensed songs from the games are able to come out in the album and get branched off through here. Whew. I guess we have another one of Tell Me That Tune. And it's an EDP artist. EDP artist. 3, 2, 1. Do we need another here? One more here, possibly? One more?
I know.
I'm so sorry. I didn't want to make it so. Oh. I know that was a tricky one. So now continuing on with our original games, we're back on 2DX now. So we still have Led being head of sound direction. Then Nikomata was still in for a little bit, but unfortunately he actually left to handle other endeavors. And then now with some of the newer 2DX, now we have Rootage with one of my favorite new members, Hummer. And this kid's so young to be already a sound director of a game, and he is really promising. Awesome stuff, and he's already really promising for a new artist. Oh yeah, this slide's weird. Just one more. I'm sorry, all that's kind of like all shifted to the side, just projector. So, poppin' music still continuing on with themes, lighthearted music, awesome stuff. Still, actually now, if you see the sound direction team starting to get a little more condensed thanks to more commissioned artists and also crossover songs. So now we have sound direction being controlled by Pan, aka Power of Nature. He started coming in around Usaneko. Sound staff, we had Maul, you see her in the middle, we have Maul coming in. And now, since he's more focused on nostalgia, now as sound supervisor, we have Walk still helping out. Finally, on one page on the same accordance, Nita Dora. And oh my goodness, I'm loving the new interface, the new upgrade and everything. I'm just loving it. It's just looking so beautiful. So still coming out with Walk of Sequels, still sound direction, still being controlled by OJ, and he still has his own music staff. Still Mitsuhiko, 96, and Tag. Sorry, it just. So, still continuing on, now we have Yubi still going on hard and strong, still with a million lines, of course. Coming in with lots of sequels. And one thing I do want to talk about, the ever controversial hold marker, which I hear from some of the older fans, they're not really into the hold marker. Press F to pay respects. Press F. Still control and sound direction. Still just by himself. We still have SCU. Never. Oh, and now we have another one of Tell Me That Tune. And the hint is a U-beat policy break song. 3, 2, 1. Keep it rocking. One more play, possibly? One more play? One more? Keep it rocking. No, it's going to be for a boss. I'll keep looking at my timer. All right. I know I wasn't going to kind of gush as much, but this is actually one of the gush I want to talk about when it comes to Bemani events. So when it comes to events, of course, having games on all in one accord, I think one of the best examples of that is the Bemani Summer Diary. So now they had like a wealth of songs and a collab of artists coming together to make new songs. They even had some songs even like crossing over to each game. So each game even shared a song. So like 2DX and Voltex shared Sounds of Summer. You had U-Beat and DDR sharing Tekken Ohana. And one of my favorite things, the song you hear right now, the epilogue song, every sound director of each game actually made their own arrangement of this song. And even how faithful it was, it came out in 2015, and 3 years later, Nostalgia came out with its own Natsuhiro Diary 3 years later to show still how monumental the event was. And just, if you are a video game player and you play every single game, just try every single song. Each one sounds different, had their own little twist for each song. I love all this. Give it a try, check it out. Now, I feel like this game definitely has a special place in my heart when it comes to DDR at the time. Because I heard around X and 13 and 14, there was a little bit of a drought when it comes to DDR. And it started coming back more in popularity around 8. So still going on hard and strong. We still had Tag, still coming in that sound direction. And then around 8, it was actually being more run by Yuichi. But still Tag was helping out more behind the scenes. But they were still working together on songs, collabs and stuff. And I feel like just coming back in full force, they started trying to push more when it comes to like licensing, editing and everything, whatever. America conversation, it's just, they did a lot of stuff. I heard they did a lot of stuff behind the scenes to try to push this game to America and Europe as much as they can. And I'm glad to see this game back in the forefront where it should be. So, gonna do a little bit more history about this. Gonna be a touchy subject to talk about. We want to talk about the Bemani sound team. So I know a lot of people recently started seeing the whole Tag sound, Bemani sound team, and I know a lot of people wonder what's going on. Or even worse, if a lot of people know, it's Mayumi Morinaga's new album that just came out just recently. Look at number 10. Originally, it was by Sota in 96, but now it's by Mayumi, no credit. What happened? So first we're gonna just talk a little bit of trash, just a little bit. So at the time, apparently Konami and a bunch of his employees were having a bunch of debates, arguments and stuff, and a lot of employees started to shift around. One of the main ones that got talked about more is Kojima, and it got so bad, apparently all his credit and work that got put into MGS, he wasn't able to get his award at the Game Awards. Apparently lawyers were there blocking him off to enter the venue so he could not pick up his award. And this wouldn't be the first time Konami and his employees will actually bicker and fight. So now, when it comes to restrictions of the team now, a lot of people try to move, some try to move like departments, try to leave the company. So now this forced Konami's hand to be a little more restrictive. So such as names being taken off, some of the artists and editors started getting taken off, no longer credited as shows. So now when you see some of the older KEC videos, now instead of seeing some like the artists that are at the KECs, now their face or some of their footage are getting blocked off by like video demos and stuff. So now you can't even see them in videos. And now when they do live shows, they're not credited as well. Not only that, even worse, game soundtracks are being slowed down and just no longer staff credited. And it's getting worse and worse every day. So why am I talking about this? Why am I doing this even in the first place? Well, I was bored too. Waiting for a proper Berserk sequel, but whatever. So I've been playing Bemani games like ever since maybe 9, 10 years old. And there's always questions I always want to know, like who is the artist, do they do albums and stuff, how would they look like and stuff. And there's always something I just want to know personally, so I just want to do this and share the knowledge. And now making it worse with all the restrictions Konami's going, some of the newer artists like Seosin, Yuya, or even Hummer can't get the notoriety and like popularity that some of the older senpais got, like Yoshitaka and Taka, when they came out with their albums. So I just want to do a little bit just to kind of push them and get their name out there. I feel like, why not? They're all great artists, great games, awesome stuff, crossover. If you know at least a third of the catalog, you can just play any Bemani game. And the best thing about it is, it's all the same game. It's literally. So what's next for Bemani? What's next? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, I forgot we still have one more. Tell me that tune. And there's no hint. Oh, okay. All right, so 3, 2, 1. Yep. Yep, Ranker Killer Girl, 9th KEC theme song. Oh, name? You didn't hear that. Oh my goodness. Just real quick, just look at that arcade. Does not look beautiful right now? So colorful, it just good. Yo! So this is my research team. So literally, it's just two of my members. You see on the left we have Chezzy, and then on the right we have Otaku Bot. Both of them came from Virginia Beach like me. We all TO, we all live stream and everything. All played multiple Bemani games. Literally, I was bored one day and I just kept bugging them like, "Hey, join my team, join my research team," and they helped out. So Chezzy focused more on continuity, error checks, and helped typed up the PowerPoint. And then Otaku Bot, he actually focused on all the music trivia and also made the prizes as well. And just one more last thing I want to talk about is, of course, can't talk about history of Bemani without Bemani history. So of course, recently they just came out with the 50th anniversary songs, focused more on Tokameki and flagship titles, but also of course, Bemani history, which is funny. I actually had to look this up. All these, of course, by Bemani artists, but the song you hear right now is by Toto, which is actually one of the newer artists. And funny, Toto is actually one of the newer artists. He would actually make a collab with some of all the older songs from like the Guitar Door and Beat Mania days. And it shows how much, even to the members themselves, how much this is just meaningful to them at being part of the Bemani team and just preaching the legend of what they've done for the past over 20 years. It's just beautiful, beautiful. And I want to say, just from the bottom of my heart, thank you for playing and thank you for being part of history. Thank you. Here's our Twitter. We all live stream. We all talk trash about Konami and stuff. Whatever you want to follow us, here's our Twitter. Well, that works too, I guess. That works. My favorite event? At my house with my games.
Why is it fun to eat?
Oh, yeah. There is Beast in the East. Beast in the East, held in Hampton/Virginia Beach. A wealth of not only rhythm games and also fighting games and other amazing games as well. Some brought in by arcade vendors and some brought in by some just game lovers. Awesome. Usually held around fall time. Usually. Yeah, oh yeah, fall time, I guess. Awesome stuff. If you get a chance, go down there, play it, and just meet some of just the community there. Just one amazing, just other rhythm game communities where you can just come in and meet other people. Great stuff, and once again, thank you so much for coming.